going on NSA made the country less safe. But let me tell you what the country should really be worried about. I watched that town hall meeting with the Democrats the other night, and I heard Hillary Clinton ask a direct question by an Iowan, and that's what Iowans like to do. They like to ask direct questions. And they asked about her email situation. And here's what she said to the American people. She did it for convenience. For her convenience. She put America's secrets at risk for her convenience. She put American intelligence officers at risk for her convenience. She put American strategy at risk for her convenience. Let me tell you who's not qualified to be President of the United States, Chris. Hillary Rodham Clinton did that to our country. She is not qualified to be President of the United States. The fact is, what we need is someone on that stage who's been tested, who has been through it, who has made decisions, who is sitting in a chair of consequence, and who can prosecute the case against Hillary Clinton on that stage. That is exactly what I am ready to do.
Governor Bush.
Chris, I was mentioned in that question.
No, your name wasn't mentioned.
I wasn't.
Actually, I don't think your name was.
I think the vote, no, sir. Your question said you attacked.
I think the question was about, it's not my question that you get a chance to respond to. It's his answer. You don't get 30 seconds to respond to me.
Your question was you have disagreed
You don't get 30
with the
seconds
vote on
to
an
respond to
essay
me.
in its opening
I'd
statement.
like to go on, sir. I know you like to argue about the rules, but we're going to conduct the debate. Governor Bush, here's the question. Governor Bush, here's the question. I'm going to ask Governor Bush the question. You've criticized several of candidates in this field on this stage for what you call unrealistic ideas about how to fight terrorists, including Rubio and Cruz, on the issue of their refusing to give the president authority to enforce the red line in Syria. But given the fact that your brother got us into 2 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan that have still not ended, what lessons have you learned from his mistakes, sir?
Well, first, I was critical of the senators not giving the president the authorization to use the military force. They should have made it more open-ended for the next president. We shouldn't have the warfighters have their arms tied behind their back, as President Obama wanted to do, but they had a chance to show support, and it wasn't popular at the time. It became popular after the attack in Paris and San Bernardino. Now we hear the tough talk. Prior to that, in the Reagan Library, I gave a detailed plan exactly what to do as it relates to ISIS. And it is from the lessons of history that we do this, because if we allow this to fester, we're going to have Islamic terrorism, multi-generations of it, all across this country. The caliphate of ISIS has to be destroyed, which means we need to arm directly the Kurds, embed our troops with the Iraqi military, re-engage with the Sunni tribal leaders, get the lawyers off the damn backs of the military for once and for all, have a no-fly zone in Syria, and create safe zones to deal with the refugees, but more importantly, to train a Sunni-led force in Syria to take out ISIS with our support on the ground and air. That's what we need to do, and I laid that out prior to the crisis with the advice of a lot of people, including 12 Medal of Honor recipients, that I'm proud that they're supporting my campaign.
Senator Cruz, now you get a chance to respond.
Chris, I would note that the last 4 questions have been Rand, please attack Ted. Marco, please attack Ted. Chris, please attack Ted. Jeb, please attack Ted. Let me just say this.
It is a debate, sir.
Well, no, a debate actually is a policy issue, but I will say this, gosh, if you guys ask one more main question, I may have to leave the stage. Chris, the most important determination any voter is going to make in this election is who's best prepared to be commander-in-chief. Who has the experience, who has the knowledge, who has the judgment, who has the clarity of vision and strength of resolve to keep this country safe. That is what this debate is all about, and I would suggest let's stay focused on those issues rather than just attacks directed at each other.
I think the questions were about issues. The Senator Rubio, what would you like to say?
Yes, sir. First of all, I'd like to respond. Do I go? Let me go first, and then you can please recognize Rand after. But first of all,
Thank you, Marco.
First of all, don't worry, I'm not leaving the stage no matter what you ask me.
Good.
And second of all, and I think, Governor Jeb, the attack, the authorization that Barack Obama asked for was not against ISIS. It was against Assad. And John Kerry described it as attacks that would be unbelievably small. I don't think the United States should be engaged in symbolic military activity. So it was not against ISIS.